Alright, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Chenzo here, back with another video. In today's video, we're going to be going over tips on how to improve your aim and just overall get better with your aim in Valorant. It's something a lot of people struggle with or just struggle to get better with, so I feel like it was a video I should, bring to you guys and show you guys how to do. Starting today, I'm going to be doing daily uploads. I really want to strive to push for content on my YouTube, and I'm going to continue to upload. So if let me know what you guys think. If I sound like shit right now, it's just because I'm a little sick. But, yeah, let's get into it. So, first, before we get into my actual aim tips and training, one thing I want to point out that I believe is super important is I believe a lot of people overstress the importance of aim labs. For about 6,000 hours on Counter-Strike, I never used aim labs. I do use aim labs now, and I do believe it's very helpful, and it does improve your aim without a doubt 100%. But I do believe people can overuse aim labs and not get enough playtime in game, and I've seen it done. Aim labs is super good, and it'll improve your aim mechanically, but nothing like playing the game and shooting people in the game itself will give you that feeling. So you want to continue to always be shooting people inside the game, whether it's bots or DMs or whatnot. It's super important to just get your crosshair down, your crosshair placement, just the feeling of the game itself. Because as I could tell you from playing Counter-Strike and Valorant, both games where I could say I'm a pretty good aimer in, they are different and they feel different to aim in. So it even feels a little weird for me at times when I'm switching between games frequently, because I could feel the difference in how the aiming is. A coach once told me, a training coach back in the day once told me that aiming is all muscle memory. So you learn that within just playing and shooting and moving your mouse around. Your muscles will learn that movement and those motions. As long as you're continuing to use the same sensitivity, you'll keep that muscle memory. I want to go over the settings portion and just the sensitivity portion on your aim and learning it and mechanically being able to keep it and just know it by heart, by muscle memory. So it's very important you keep the same sensitivity, or at least around the same sensitivity. For example, since Counter-Strike, since 2016, I have played 800 DPI and I have not switched off. I've always been an 800 DPI player. I've not switched off just because of the screen skip or whatever. When I first came to Valorant, I started at .512 as my aim sensitivity, and it's finally went down to .42 where I feel the most comfortable, and now .42 has become my overall final sensitivity, and it has been .42 for maybe about 2 months now, 1.5 months, and I have not changed it. It's been down under .45 for 4 months now. So you could see for the last 4 months I've only adjusted it 0.03, and that's because if you want to find a sensitivity around that you're comfortable with, and if you are going to change it, stay near it, because once you start making drastic changes to your sensitivity, that is when you lose all muscle memory. So if I go from .42 to .32, I'm losing all the muscle memory I've built up. Now, if this sense isn't good for you, then obviously a change needs to be made. But if the sense is good, or you're liking it, it's just having a little bit of a problem, then you only need to make a little bit of a change, nothing too crazy. First things first, when I get on, is I instantly like to come over to these little bot things, and basically they're not like the best, but I just start shooting these to get my flicks on, right? Because usually, right now, I just woke up 30 minutes ago, so I need to get my flicks on. To be honest, you can see I'm pretty slow with it. I'm pretty dull. I mean, you could tell my aim's on, ish, but I just woke up, so you can tell it's a little slow. So I'll sit here and just start shooting these until I basically am feeling good. But I'm already feeling pretty good, so now what I'll do is I'll come over to these little bodies. Now, something that I think is super important is a lot of people do hard mode bots, but they can barely shoot the bots. Just put the bots on easy. You know, hard mode bots are good if you're 10s and you're hitting every single bot, but if you're not hitting the bots, it's not helping you. You're not getting any like, you're not even shooting it. So what practice are you getting out of it? Put the fucking bots on easy. Who gives a shit, right? Start up the fucking practice thing. You always want to make sure your crosshair is at head level. That's like the #1 most important thing. Like, I can't stress that enough, because it being at head level, you'll always you'll have to do the least amount of work possible to be able to get the kill. That's like the most important thing with this. You know, if you're aiming down here, it's still like possible to get the kill. I mean, if he has good crosshair placement, he'll probably kill you, but it's still possible to get the kill. But you're just putting more work and stress on yourself. Good crosshair placement all the time, you'll never have to worry about it. Look at that, it's always at the head, except for when I sprayed up there, but always at the head. These guys are dead. When you start this up, you want to go nice and slow, make sure it's always at crosshair level, and you just want to practice staying at one level. You literally do not want to move your mouse up or down. That is the goal of these bots, are to continuously leave your mouse at the headshot level and only go side to side and practice that. Because if you're not going up and down, then you're not going to go up and down in game. Let's get into it. So we're going to start here, wait for the first spot to spawn. I actually missed the first spot. That's incredible. Like I said, I'm going nice and slow. Here's the thing, okay? It's better to go nice and slow like that than to over flick and miss, right? You want to go nice and slow and make sure you're getting the actual usage out of this practice. I can feel it in my arm. I actually haven't played Valorant in maybe like a week. So I can feel this inside my arm right now. I can feel the muscles tensing up when I'm getting ready to shoot these bots. And I'll do a serious one where I'm not like, but you can see now I'm actually hitting the bots and not missing. But as you can see, I'm always staying at a crosshair level, and you don't have to move. The only reason why I'm moving with it, like A and D, is the practice counter strafing, which we'll get into next. But like you can see, I'm always staying at a head level, and I'm constantly able to get that nice crisp one tap. And that's going to cause me to keep head level inside the games. Now, if I put the bots on hard, and I'm never able to hit the bots, then I'm not getting any valuable practice out of it. I mean, I'm just looking like an idiot missing all these bots. When we're training, I'll do these bots for about 5 times. After I do that, I'll throw up the practice. Now, I do this just because I play Jet. I'm a Jet player. So I'll sit here and I'll start getting ready to, you know, shoot these bots. You know, as a Jet player, it's important to make sure your knives are always on point. You know, you want to make sure you're always hitting the headshots with your knives. I'm one who misses his knives a lot. So after I do my Jet knives for maybe about 10 minutes, I'll even come here and do spray patterns. And when we come to the spray patterns in this game are very RNG, but you want to kind of make sure you're getting it somewhere in that center. So even though they're RNG, you can see I can keep it somewhere in there. So I'll just sit here with the guns. Boom, pretty good with the Vandal. Sit here with the Phantom, make sure my Phantom sprays on. Boom. Again, it's a pretty RNG spray, but for an RNG spray, that's not bad. Boom. So I'm knowing my gun spray patterns pretty well. We know when we're right. So if I feel like I need extra time on them, I'll sit here. But to be honest, spraying in this game isn't too important. You should be tapping most of the time, so I don't put too much of an importance on it. To recap, I started off warming up my aim here. I move on to the bots, and I do maybe about 5, maybe 3, like, of these on easy mode. Then I'll throw out these bots and just use my knives, practice my knives, and whatever other guns I feel like I need practice with. For example, I feel like I need to just hit a couple shots with the op. I'll leave these bots out with the op, and then I'm basically getting into ranked. And after, if I really am not ready, I run up some DMs, and for practice time, when it's practice, I do run up a lot of DMs. I believe DMs are really, really good for you if you do it the right way. So I will show you guys how to DM properly right now. Okay, so getting into the DM, it's extremely important to practice. Oh, like as I said earlier, always making sure your crosshairs at head level. That's number one. Even if your elevation is changing, always having that crosshair at head level. Number two, you want to do DM correctly, as in you don't want to be holding angles. Notice how I'm pushing. I'm constantly looking to aggro and take fights. I'm not sitting here, you know, holding angles and sitting in a room camping and using footsteps. I don't have it on right now because I'm making a YouTube video, but normally I play music and I'm jamming out to music. What I do is I basically hold W. Obviously when I get into a gunfight I'm not holding W, but until I do get into a gunfight I basically non-stop hold W. The point of it is that I'm getting into the most interactions possible, because what that allows is that the more gunfights I get into DM, the more headshot angles I learn, the more practice I get. It's not about winning or losing. If that's what you're worried about, you're playing deathmatch for the wrong reason. Sadly, they don't have an unlimited deathmatch, but in CS:GO, I used to sit here for 6,000 kills and only DM. You don't want to camp in a corner, but you also want to work on your peeking. So as you can see, I might stay in this somewhat area, but I'm always peeking people. I'm not waiting for them to peek me in the corner. I'm taking the time to peek them because I'm getting the practice out of it. I don't DM as much with rifles, to be honest. I feel like I need more practice with the deagle than I do rifle, but I obviously DM with the rifle, but the deagle is my most DM'd weapon for sure. That's about it for the video today, guys. Just a little video on how to improve your aim. I could bring in a way more better video on the fundamentals of actually getting better, the mental of learning the game. You guys just let me know. But these are the tips to improve your aim. I really appreciate you guys watching. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you guys want to see, any kind of videos on aim labs, on my aim lab routine, anything like that, let me know. I'd be down to bring it. So, hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you have a good one.